I talked about DEI and the people who look at people who are not straight white men and instantly assume that they are a DEI hire and say they didn't earn their position because it wasn't merit based. They got their position because they were a woman, or they got their position because they were gay, or they got their position because they were black. And I pointed out that those people, the people who say those things, who hold those positions, are the racists in your society. They don't like the fact that black people got jobs. And so they say that they didn't earn it based on merit, along with other things. They don't like the fact that women and whatnot and what have you, gay people and so forth and so on, got jobs because they view them as not having earned it. Enter this person who says, you sure like to lump everyone who doesn't agree with you into a group and call them racist. Keep chasing those clicks. Well, first things first, I don't need to chase the clicks. They come naturally, boo. But more importantly, I'm not including everybody that doesn't agree with me. I have a ton of people in my life that don't agree with me. I have people that on social media apps that I converse with regularly that don't agree with me, that I don't consider to be racist. But if you view somebody who's black that got a job as a DEI hire, and therefore they must not have been qualified or hired based on merit, then you're a fucking racist. And everybody who holds that position is a racist. If you're defending it, you might be a racist too. I wanted to see what kind of person I was dealing with, so I went over and I checked out your Facebook profile. Let's see, here's an article about the state of New York allowing undocumented immigrants to apply for driver's licenses. Same thing that happens here in the state of Illinois. Today, in the world of let's just see how fucking stupid we can be, here's one for you. You can't make this shit up. Again, give these illegal immigrants rights and privileges they haven't earned, all in the name of hoping they vote Democrat in 2020. That's you instantly jumping to a negative conclusion about brown people being able to be given a privilege. Driving is not a right; it's a privilege, and you did say privileges. Being given a privilege that you say they didn't earn without doing any research into why states like Illinois and New York do that. They do that because undocumented immigrants are going to exist in this country whether you want them to or not, whether you wish them to go away or not. They're still going to be here. And as a result of being here, we want to make sure that we, as well as them, are protected. So if they're allowed to get driver's license legally, they are allowed to get insurance legally, which means if you get into an accident with an undocumented immigrant on the road, chances are now they might actually have insurance and you're not going to be at a total loss. Do a little research next time. What else does your Facebook page have to offer? This is about the black man that threw the little white boy off the second floor railing at the mall. I think it was the Mall of America. Yes, the Mall of America. Here's your post about it. Imagine, if you will, if this was a white male with a shaved head that went and sought after a black or Muslim boy, or a black man who threw off a white boy and then threw him off a third story of a mall. I'm guessing they are coughing this up to not wanting to add to Islamophobia or whatever other bullshit. This wouldn't be a blip on the internet in this article if they didn't even mention that he is a Muslim. He admitted he went there to kill someone, 19 years old in prison, or 19 years in prison, and no public outcry. Again, what if the roles were reversed? So, from the folks that like to say that the folks on the left always like to make it about race, he goes right to making it about race, right? And for some reason, also wants to include his religion. Do you ask for the religion of every white person that commits a crime in a high-profile case in this country? Sir? Anyway. Here's an article about U.S. Customs and Border Protection says a group of 376 Central American migrants illegally crossed the U.S.-Mexico border near Yuma on Monday. Officials say almost all of the migrants crossing were families and unaccompanied juveniles. Not terrorists, not gang members, families and unaccompanied juveniles. What did you have to say about it? I say we don't send them back. We find every member of Congress that voted against the wall, send a quote-unquote family there. The illegals can stay at their house, not work, go get an education, eat all their food, go get all their medical treatment and they want and slash need. All the while, the member of Congress can pay the tab. That's essentially what they want us to do. I say they go first. They can open their gates and let's them through their wall protecting their property. Except nobody's asking you to take in an undocumented family, you fucking moron. Jesus Christ, dude. Kids and families. Well, those brown people really do get you going, don't they? I can see why you took homage to me calling somebody racist. I hit home. Ah, of course you have a problem with Colin Kaepernick. Of course you do. What else do you have to offer here? Let's just waste more fucking money trying to impeach Donald Trump because you hate the man. Meanwhile, the president that you voted for is killing this country with all of his executive orders. So you have a problem with somebody signing a lot of executive orders. Well, that went out the window in a fucking hurry, didn't it? Can any of you that voted for Biden tell me how he is unifying the country? Or better yet, tell me what you are proud of this far. This far, that's awesome. Tell the pipeline workers that it's going to be okay. Tell the people that need insulin and need an EpiPen that it's going to be okay. It actually worked out for all of them, didn't it? He used all of your hatred for Donald Trump to get elected. You got him. God help us all, but at least he isn't tweeting out statements that hurt your feelings. Oh, man, I love how he's destroying the country. Notice when this was posted, January 26, 2021. 5.5 days into Joe Biden's term. He's killing this country. Yeah, that's not reactionary in the least bit, is it? So, let me get this straight. Stay with me here. Throughout this whole election process, President Trump held rally after rally with no issues whatsoever. Now, all of a sudden, when the election of the two senators in Georgia is way too close, all of a sudden, there are Trump supporters storming the Capitol. They make it all in the way in. Then someone gets shot and dies. Okay, is someone going to tell them or should I? What are you going to tell us? That January 6th was a false flag? Yeah. I touch nerves of people when I talk about them. It tells me everything I need to know from your comment right there, champ.